Yo, 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 what's going on? What's going on? Welcome to another episode of Empire Jeff TV. I am your host, Empire Jeff, pulling up to you guys on a Friday night, Friday evening here. No NBA basketball going on right now. All games pretty much are over. Just wanted to tap in with you guys and see what you guys think about this NBA in-season tournament and then just all things NBA, all things Lakers, all things, this road trip coming up and still talk about that Clipper win, that Clipper comeback, that Clipper loss, the win over the Clippers. Man. Lots to talk about tonight. We'll be with you for a little bit here. So thank you for everyone who showed up tonight on a Friday night. Like I said, I hope everyone's having a good day here. So let's go ahead and see what's going on, see who's in here so far. We got Festo. What's up with you? Thank you for pulling up. Appreciate the support. Hey, Kane Carter. Yo. What's up with you, man? Thanks for pulling up. Appreciate it. To Tran. Thank you for pulling up. Appreciate you as well. Anthony Perez says, let's go Nets. Hey, I got no problem with you being a Nets fan. Do your thing. Let's go Nets. All right, you're a certified Nets fan. Get buckets, man. Your intro music is fire. It gives us that 90s vibe. Yeah, Two Tran, man. That's my joint right there. That's my joint. There's going to be some vocals coming to it soon. So right now it's the instrumental. There'll be some vocals, and it'll go back and forth from there. Joe Swish Ramirez, what's up, my man? Thank you for pulling up. Let's get this tournament, Lake Show. Let's win this tournament. Yeah, let's win this tournament. Let's win in Orlando tomorrow. Let's do the best we can on this road trip. We need to come out of that Clipper win on a 2-game winning streak here. Hopefully to go in there and get a third win in a row. That'd be great. Micah, thanks for pulling up. Appreciate you. Much love to Jeff and the subscribers. Absolutely. Laker 60 1973. What's good with you? Appreciate you as well. Miss Angie B, thank you for pulling up. Empire Jeff TV's own Angie B, the capologist here. Always appreciate you. Hope you had a great birthday. and I believe your birthday was yesterday. We celebrated you on Wednesday. So, but it's your whole birthday weekend, right? So do you, Miss Angie B. Go, James. What's up with you, Chris? Salute to you as well. Appreciate you, brother. Angie Wojnarowski. Absolutely. Let's see what we got going on here. I hate the Nike jerseys, bro. OKC jerseys look like a knockoff Golden State jersey. Yeah, Nike's going through it jersey wise. They, ever since they started turning the Laker jerseys fluorescent yellow as opposed to the actual gold, like I don't know what they're doing, but it's funny that their market research says like the brighter the color, the more it sells. Like Cardi B is the only person that buys jerseys or something. It's just crazy. It's just crazy, but everyone's saying what's up. Everyone's saying what's up. Let's see. Yo, Jeff, what's your favorite cuisine? Oh man, Kane, I'm a foodie, man. They're really my puppy just passed by in a Laker hoodie. Kind of threw me off there. What's your favorite cuisine? Man, bro, I like all kinds of food, man. But to me, man, living here in Southern California, man, Mexican food is just a law out here. So I'm like, just any type of Mexican food. Give me some pizza. And I'm a burger guy, man. So like any combination or any one of those, then yeah, man. Then yeah. So it was Micah said, you rap chat. Yo, I used to. Don't anymore. Did a lot of the music stuff. Like I had a little independent record label for a while. Managed DJs, managed producers, managed rappers, put on shows, put out projects. Excuse me. But now but a lot of my friends still do it. So yeah, some of the guys will bless these beats with some Empire Jeff TV theme music here to go to it that kind of fits the channel. So that'll be coming soon. Let's see. What jersey is the best looking besides the Lakers jersey? Man, I love the Lakers jerseys, obviously the classic. But for me, I just love the black and reds, man. I like black and red jerseys. I don't know what it is, but other than the Clippers, but like the Chicago Bulls, like the Portland Trail Blazers, like just the black and red joints. Always like kind of catch my eye. But some of the throwback classic ones, like I like the old school, like Orlando Magic jerseys with the pinstripe, like when Shaq and Penny were there, those the classic ones. But pretty much any like the red and the black are the ones, purple and gold, obviously the Laker ones. But when you get in those that purple and those black and red joints, those are mine. Those are the colors I prefer though. Thank you. I'm partying all weekend as you should. Absolutely. Make sure everyone, if you didn't already, wish Miss Angie B here a happy birthday. Happy birthday here. Bro, that real tacos hit different. F Taco Bell, that guy. Yeah, no, for real. Tacos, man. And see where I'm at, like I've lived in Spanish neighborhoods my whole life. So just walking out my door, going, little distance to the left, little distance to the right, man. You got the little abuelitas around here. You got all kinds of things popping off over here, man. They got people's houses that are like restaurants here, bro. You pull up. You keep going to someone's front gate. They got all kinds of different stuff, man. Plus all the different vendors and restaurants. It's popping out here, man. All kinds of food. Nah, man. I just like creating. You know what I mean? I just like music, movies, sports, and food and family, and not necessarily in that order, but like yeah, those are the passions right there. What do you think about Malcolm signing with Clutch? What are the odds of him being a Laker and for what price? What's up, Dong? Thanks for pulling up. Appreciate you. I don't know yet. I did kind of a dive into that, and if you guys want me to do that tonight, I can. If you want me to bring up some stuff or what I was looking at about that, I did a whole like let me look into Malcolm Brogdon thing. I looked into it and I'm cool on it because of what I found. But outside of that, like if you guys want me to go deeper into that, I can. But he did sign with Clutch. I don't necessarily think that's anything to look into for right now. I think if D'Lo continues to play well, there's really no sense in looking into a lot of different things. Austin Reeves kind of crawling out the grave the other game. I think it was big. So if that continues, if these next couple games Austin looks more like Austin, then I think the Laker trade possibilities really are going to be quiet for a little bit, depending on what the record is. Even if guys are playing well and they're not gaining separation or not remaining in the top 5 in the West, guys can play well and you can still lose. Things can happen. Your defense could fall apart. You're not making free throws. You're getting out rebounded. So it's not just about what the guys are doing offensively. The Lakers are a pretty good team defensive rebounding, but they cannot seem to get a lot of offensive rebounds. And, obviously they're shooting. They added shooters, but they're still not shooting great. The free throw percentage is not good, especially LeBron. So there are some things they might have to look at, depending on what these injuries are to Gabe and Vando and how long are they going to continue to be out. I haven't heard any new update on Rui, so I don't know what the situation is going into, but their hands are pretty much tied until December 15th and, for Austin Reeves until January 15th. So really no sense to even worry about or think about anything until it gets to around that time and we see where the team is at that point. If you ever come to Austin, come to my restaurant, Vietnamese, Chinese cuisine. Okay, for sure. I love me some Chinese. Being from New York City, got that Chinese, man. You know what I mean? So Chinese food is incredible. So I like Mandarin. A lot of people don't know the difference between the two. I like Chinese too, but I like the East Coast Chinese food better than the West Coast Chinese food. But I love the Mandarin food out here. So, yeah, no doubt. If I'm ever in Austin, and Austin is popping, man, it's a new little Silicon Valley joint out over there. So I actually want to get to Austin. It's on my list to get there soon, just to politic and do some business ventures. So definitely will. I'll take you up on that too, Trent. Appreciate you. Satro, thank you for pulling up. I appreciate you. Salute to you as well. Laker Familia, what's going on with you? Salute to you as well. Thanks for pulling up. Appreciate. I hear Zach got beef in Chicago. You think he getting traded? I hear Philly wants Zach. Can they actually get him? They can get him. It's just a matter of what Chicago wants. I've been saying for a while that I think it's in Chicago's best interest just to blow everything up. Get what you can. That Zach contract is disgusting. It's going to get more disgusting by the day. So I think if I'm Chicago, I move him. I'm not greedy. Maybe I get some picks and just salaries that can get out from under there and get him off your books. He's got like 4 or 5 more years left, which is just a horrible deal. I think it's like 4 years left on that deal. He's not a guy you want. Zach LaVine is not the guy you want as your highest paid player on your team. He is not the best player on the team. And it's for like a championship team or a team that can make probably even the second round. That's not your guy. Zach LaVine is probably at best the third best player on a chip team at best, and making all that money as a third, and then you're in another rust situation. So Zach, I think his days are numbered in Chicago. I don't think the Lakers would be wise to try to go after him because, like I said, that's just too much money for a third option. But Philly could be an option. I think other teams could be an option depending on, like I said, if Chicago's going the route of let's just move him, try to get something for him, but let's not get greedy, then I think someone will take him if they can get him on the low because that contract is chunky. You feel Bron's play style can be an issue. In my opinion, I think he needs to pass first and let other guys go off so they can gain confidence or else he'll get burnt. Yeah, Kane, I think that's what he was trying to do the first couple of games, try to fill out and see what his teammates can do. They weren't really stepping to the plate. So he's getting a little bit, he probably had to take over a couple of times. But Bron's turnovers are really high. He's averaging about 4.5 a game right now. So him being on ball and, he's just got to get his turnovers down. His assists are up. His rebounds are great. But he's got to get those turnovers down. He's shooting 35% from 3 this year, which is a tremendous improvement on his percentage from last year. But he's shooting 55% from the free throw line. So even when he's getting fouled, he's not taking advantage of it like he should be. So he's got to get that taken care of. But outside of that, I think he's doing okay. He's averaging 35 minutes a game, which considering what he's used to doing, that's not too bad. I think the 30-minute one would be great, but it's a little unrealistic if you want to win. I think like 32, 33 minutes is more reasonable. But like in games where they're constantly down, they've got to play them more because they're trying to come back, which is why if they start the games better, which is why I think maybe you give Austin one more chance and see if that game was able to wake him up and get him kind of back to normal. If Austin struggles again tomorrow, then they got to take him out the starting lineup. They have to. We can't continue to get down big in these games. I'm pretty much still, no matter what, even if he's playing well, I'm pretty much to the point where you can't have D'Lo and Reeves starting together. You just can't do it. It just doesn't work. Every single metric, like I said, I can break that down to I did before, but for those who missed it, every single metric tells us those two on the floor together can be dangerous for the Lakers. It helps the other team. So especially in the starting lineup, the Lakers starting lineup is their worst lineup statistically. So from a point differential perspective, they're getting waxed with their starting lineup. So they don't even have, hardly any confidence to end games with that lineup. So I don't know why they start games with that lineup. So give Reeves one more time, I guess, because you want to get his confidence continue to be up. But if he's still struggling come tomorrow, they've got to take him out the starting lineup because I think D'Lo was in the spot to stay. Jordan Smith, thanks for pulling up. Appreciate you, man. The way Cam and Max are playing defense against the Clippers, we should be fine. That part too. I think they may have found someone in Cam that can help guard wings and Max. The guys you can throw out there who can compete, play hard, and you don't really worry if they foul out because you're probably not going to count on them late in games offensively. So if you got guys out there that can play tough defense and you can waste fouls with them, I think that's a luxury. So to have two guys at the end of the bench like that can do that, I think that only adds to the depth of the team. Goat James, like a 63. Okay, shout out him out. 1 second. We would be in serious trouble if AD was hurt though, because he's our best defender, aka the best defender in the world. Yeah, Jordan, he is. We do have some other very good defenders. It just, like I said, 4 of our 5 top defenders have been out. So if AD does get hurt, we would be in some trouble. The Lakers are currently 12th in the NBA in defense. So without him, that would be dangerous. They are creeping up a little bit offensively. I think they got to, let me see. Let me load this up real quick. Give me 1 second because this updates changes with as the games go on here. So the Lakers, as far as earlier today, were 12th in the league in defensive and in their defensive rating. So let's see where they are currently right now. So their defensive rating, they're still 12th. Offensive rating 18th, though. They were 23rd in offense the other night. That Clipper game boosted them up some. However, their strength of schedule is number one, meaning they've had the toughest schedule to start the season. And with that, like the fact that they're above 500, they're 3-0 at home. There's some things to take out of that. So the Lakers need to be better at making free throws. The Lakers need to be better with their offensive rebounding. They're 29th in the league at that. The 3-point percentage are 27th at the league in that. But it's also good that they're only taking about 32 a game. The league average is about 36, so they're 20th. So they're not up there chucking away, which is good. But they are the absolute best in the league at the rim and 1 to 3 feet. So if they stick to their strengths and continue to do that, then they'll be great. But their offensive rebounding percentage absolutely has to increase. That's a problem right now. What's good? Thank you for pulling up. Appreciate you. What else we got here? Okay, this guy loves his Nets. Shout out to your Nets. Wrong channel, but love you. Shout out to your Nets. I'm in Round Rock. Okay, I know what you're talking about. I'm the son of a truck driver, so I literally been everywhere. So in Texas, it's huge, just like half the United States. But I've been to a lot of teams there, though. Angie says, I agree with you, Jeff. Chinese food out here just tastes like it's missing something. Yeah, East Coast Chinese food is so much better. But like I said, Mandarin food, which is oddly enough, a lot of people think is Chinese food, which it isn't. Well, it's not authentic like Chinese food, but out here the West Coast isn't great. The West Coast, even the Italian food, it's all right, but it's not like the East Coast. So man, it's very easy for me to go down a path of food talk. I mean, but East Coast got the Chinese food on lock. East Coast got the Italian food on lock. East Coast got pretty much anything with like the bread and the dough, like the pizzas, the bagels, the baguettes, the delis. All those are pretty much owned by New York. But they got some okay ones out here. It's not trash, but it's just not the same. JSJ says, "Hey Jeff, are you going to listen to Christmas songs in November?" Probably when I'm putting up the tree Thanksgiving weekend. But until then, nah, it's too early for that. November, like getting into this time, I try not to get tired of Christmas music. People start listening to it like end of October, early November, then just get tired of it in a couple of weeks. So me, I like to actually enjoy, like be part of the actual true season. Like let Thanksgiving have its run. You know what I mean? Listen to and then get into Christmas. But Thanksgiving weekend, when I'm putting up the tree decorating, I'll probably will get in the spirit then. But right now, it's hip hop season for me, man. I'm still listening to the classics right now. What we got here? What's the restaurant name? Checking on that on here. Ken Carter says Phoenix kind of reminds me of a better version of the team the Lakers had pre-deadline. 3 max guys with Matt Vin guys. Yeah, they do. They're playing better defense early on than the Lakers did pre-deadline. We don't know. I think the 3 guys, our 3 guys will fit better than our 3 guys did prior to the trade deadline. We won't know because they haven't played a game together in the regular season. And KD and Durant, I think, have only played twice together. So it's gonna take some time for them to figure it out. But I think Vogel's doing a good job getting those guys to compete on defense. Ethan Jones, what's up? Thanks for pulling up. I appreciate you. Great win by your Lakers against my Clippers. I don't like the Harden move because we got rid of our great wings for a player that don't play defense. I hate it. Yeah, it's an interesting one. I was curious to see what Clipper fans thought because you guys had the number 1 defense in the league, number 1 3-point shooting team in the league, and you guys came out like your net rating, everything was great. Like everything was, and you had a strong schedule, so everything was great coming out the gate. I don't know why they like felt they had to do that deal. Like if you got James Harden for free, like if you were able to get him on a buyout or it was a trade for like one guy that you weren't playing, and like I get that, but to get some wing depth, some shooters, and some pick situation there, to me it's a little confusing. Even if he comes in and plays great, like you lack the shooting now. Like the depth in shooting. You saw Paul George is looking incredible out there. He's looking like the best player in the NBA for the first couple of games. I'm not even gonna lie. His numbers are just ridiculous. He's better than Kawhi right now. I know Kawhi did his thing in that first half and moments in the second half the other night, but Paul George, my God, he is off to one hell of a start, and he is looking scary on both sides of the basketball. So we'll see what happens, though. We'll see what happens. That move was like, it just was interesting to me as to why they felt they had to make that deal. To me, that screams they're not confident in Russ permanently. So we'll see what that does there when it comes to Russell Westbrook, man, because that's going to be interesting for him. Hey, Dog TV, what's up with you, brother? Thank you for pulling up. I appreciate you as always. Any way we can get AD. I mean, if you're talking about Antonio Daniels, that works for like NBA TV, like NBA radio, and calls Pelican games, yeah, you might be able to get him. But as far as Anthony Davis, nah, son, he's ours. I actually like the way Bron played against the Clippers. I love the way he played against the Clippers. He was playing free out there, smooth. He didn't look pressured or stressed. He was getting to the basket. He was hitting his jumper. He needs to hit his free throws. He was getting blocks. He was catching lobs. Like, I think Bron had a strong game. He had a really strong game in that one. I didn't love his Orlando game. He played terrible the first 2.5 quarters there, and then kind of put it together. But I think that was his best game of the year. I mean, in my opinion. Keep shooting them threes. Come on, Cuba, man. We don't want LeBron James out there shooting threes, Cuba, man. Come on, Cuba, man. Don't do that, Cuba, man. Lakers ain't getting rid of AD. They're not getting rid of AD for no one, I don't think. Honestly, I'd rather have D'Lo off the ball than Reeves. If Russell Westbrook came into the if Westbrook could come, then it. Oh, wait. And then it's open season for anyone not named Bron, AD. It'll test if D'Lo really wants to win. Yeah. Like I really think D'Lo has a chance to have a pretty good year. I've been saying that. He's learning to play more on the ball with LeBron being more off the ball. And that's an adjustment. I don't think people are really fully understanding that LeBron is a ball dominant guy. Now you've got guys going on ball by committee and looking over their shoulder. LeBron there, he's being patient with it for now, but it's an adjustment. It's going to take a little bit of time, and I think D'Lo's had some really good straight games now, and he's averaging 19 points a game, and his assists are up. He's doing well. He's playing better defensively. So D'Lo's had a great start to the season. I think. Call me crazy, but I'd start Cam on defense, Cam and Prince. Not if Vando's back. I wouldn't start either one of those two over Vando if Vando's there. I heard the Celtics, Knicks, and just about everyone wanted AD to test free agency, and the Lakers gave him the bag and said, nope. Yeah, come on. He wasn't going nowhere. There was no sense for him to test free agency. He was a guy with injury history. You lock in that bag. You lock in that money. The extension that I thought was curious was the Giannis one. But the AD one, absolutely. I told everyone he was signing that day one. He did. That one was too obvious. On 2K, PG Braun, shooting guard Reeves or D'Lo, small forward Cuba, power forward Vando, center AD Cuba. Oh man, Cuba, man, we're gonna. If that's even a worse starting lineup than we got now, Cuba, if you're in there. If the Lakers could trade for Miles Turner, would you move to make contract works? Maybe D'Lo and Hayes. No, I wouldn't, because I think between Christian Wood and Hayes, I think Christian Wood could be a version of Miles Turner on this team. I really do, playing alongside AD. Turner has grown offensively there in Indiana, playing with Halliburton. He's getting more touches, more shots. I think once a guy has that, he's not going to want to go to a situation where he gets less of that. So I think Christian Wood and Hayes, I think that three big lineup could be something special there. And it's a very small sample size. We only saw 9 possessions of it, but the numbers are through the absolute roof. So I'm curious to see, how that could be like a trick that's played in every single game that teams are gonna have to adjust to that. The defense and the offense combined with that lineup is absurd. Again, only 9 possessions, but I'd like to see more of that. I meant, who would you move? Like right now, I wouldn't move anyone because we need to see what this team looks like when fully healthy and in sync. So I'm gonna wait to see on that. Hey, Sunday, thanks for pulling up. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Checking in. Wild games tonight. Yeah, for real. Those courts are crazy, man. I was out, so I like a nice little like domesticated Friday night here, man. Came out, was hanging out with the wife, took the dog to the dog park, hit up Starbucks, super like the domesticated Friday night, right? So I'm watching the games on my phone, just checking in, keeping up on things. And it was really hard to watch that on it. It looked like I was watching like a video game, or like someone was looks like they were running on a green screen. You know what I mean? And just like a weather channel. It was really hard to focus and see where they were and where the ball was. It was difficult, but I adjusted to it. But it's just different. Those colors were just screaming. It was just crazy bright, hard to focus. Y'all got to admit, Kawhi and AD in the same lineup is straight lockdown. Yeah, well, even Paul George in that lineup would be straight lockdown. There's a lot of dudes that can play class. But offense, the two-way side of it. But man, right now, Paul George is playing incredible basketball though. Jeff, do you think Lakers need a big to guard Jokic or a scorer to lighten the load off the LeBron? I think a scorer. Lakers need a bucket getter. Now they might have some. Maybe if D'Lo keeps going. If Reeves is back, they may be able to do it by committee. But man, if the Lakers have someone like a Cam Thomas who just really doesn't do anything else but give buckets, that would be incredible. But right now, here's the thing with Joker. The Lakers just need to let Joker go off and worry about the others. The Nuggets are not. So let me tell you something about Denver real quick. Let me show you something about Denver real quick. Because I think people are kind of missing something here. So give me 1 second. Let me load up Denver here. So the thing about Denver, the way to beat Denver is, so they're not getting to the free throw lines a lot. They're getting to the free throw line 14 times a game, which is the lowest in the NBA. They're not great at rebounding, 23rd in the NBA. Offensive rebounding, they're worse than the Lakers at 26. Okay, at 3 points, they make 10 a game, which is for 25th, and the attempts they're 23rd. So the 3-point percentages, they're 18th in the league. So they're not shooting the three great. Okay, they're not getting a lot of steals. All right, they're getting a lot of assists. They don't rebound too well, especially on the offensive rebounding side, and they're dead last at shooting free throws. So Denver is winning games. They are, but they're gettable when you start looking and you're digging into the way they're playing. The thing with the Lakers is there's so much focus on trying to stop Joker that these guys are getting open threes versus contested threes. So when you start guarding these guys and you get back, the Lakers need to get back on defense and fix their offensive rebounding problem. So you need to score more so you're not giving up transition points there. But when you're looking at the way Denver is kind of playing right now, they're getting wins. They're playing well. But they're gettable when you see where their holes are. And the Lakers haven't really been ones to attack these holes. Okay. So they're playing much better defense than last year, though. Last year, I believe they finished 12th or 11th in defense. This year, they're 4th, but they finished top 5 in offense, and this year they're 12th. So they've switched a little bit there. And they've also had a kind of a weak schedule. They're in middle of the pack schedule-wise, where the Lakers have had the toughest schedule to start. Denver's at the 15th, so right dead smack in the middle. So they have an average start to their schedule. So if you look at this all leads up to the eye test. If you guys have watched Denver play, which I've watched them play every game, something tells me they don't look the same as last year. Now their record is looking strong, but there's a reason for that. They've got the 15th strongest schedule, so they're right in the middle. right? And all these numbers are lower. Their offense is not as good as last year, but their defense is better. So they're figuring some things out. But when their schedule tightens up, I think they're going to be gettable. I absolutely think they're going to be gettable. Yeah, but AD never wanted to go to the Clippers. He wanted to be a Laker. Absolutely. He never wanted to go anywhere. Did you see that last play, Curry, tonight? What did you think about the call by the ref? Yeah, that was a tough one, especially when they reversed it. So I mean, yeah, that's a tough one. I'm OKC. I'm a little bit tight about that, but it's they felt that was a rule, and then they took it back. So it's interesting. Hey, Craig, thanks for pulling up. Appreciate you. Yes, hit that like button, please. Hit that like button, please. As you know, like we appreciate y'all. We got us to the 500 subscribers. Monetization is kicking in. The channel's starting to make some money now, so we're able to put some money back into the channel, and hopefully get you guys, put more into the channel, and be able to, which will lead to more content, me just away from our home studio, away from the desk, out at Laker games, and potentially even on the road to cover these games. So, shout out to everyone who's been that hit us well for the super chat. Anyone who's liked the video, anyone who shared the video, and everyone who has subscribed, we greatly appreciate you. And if you're new to the channel, or you've been here and you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and subscribe. We greatly appreciate it. It truly does help the channel out. So appreciate you guys. San Francisco Chinese food is pretty good. Absolutely. San Francisco is more East Coast cuisine than Southern California. So I absolutely agree with you there. San Francisco's got a great Asian community. So their Chinese food is excellent actually up there. But Frisco, like Frisco is crazy, man. I was up there. I go to the Bay Area often for business. So Bay Area is, yeah, definitely they've got the Chinese food on lock up there as far as the state of California goes. I'd say the starters should be Braun, Reeves, Rui, AD, Wood. That would be legit. That wouldn't be terrible, but right now the metrics show that our best starting lineup, without a shadow of a doubt, is D'Lo, Vincent, Braun at the 3, Wood at the 4, AD at the 5. That lineup has looked unbeatable. It's our best rating. Offense, defense is through the roof. That is our best, by far our best lineup. But I'm interested to see if this 3 big lineup overtakes that. It needs to get about 10 to 15 more possessions for it to be like measured, and teams have to know it's coming. So that caught the Clippers off guard. So we'll see if teams start to prepare for that, how that looks. But it's going to be hard for teams to play 3 bigs when we've got when our 2 bigs have AD and Wood in there, bigs that can shoot, bigs that can then put the ball on the floor, bigs that can defend, even wings. So I don't think another team is positioned to do a 3 big lineup like the Lakers did. What future superstar do you think would come to the Lakers after LeBron retires? I'm not going to say I think they would come, but I think the 2 to keep your eyes, 3 to keep your eyes on are Luka, Anthony Edwards, and SGA. I would say, I don't, Tatum's name is out there, but there's going to be so much money offered to him this coming summer on an extension, and I just don't know if he's going to be able to turn that down. That's just crazy money. Another big game for D'Lo incoming. Yeah, I would think so. I think he's turned the corner there. I had Chinese food yesterday in VA. Can't speak to Chinese food in Virginia there, Cuba. You got to put us on my game about it. I'm not really sure. Okay. Man, they start selling Christmas stuff already, bro. I passed by Costco at the end of August, and they already had Christmas stuff. By September, the whole store was full. It's been lit, like with Christmas stuff, just everywhere. I swear, when AD got switched onto Kawhi, I just knew he was going to lock him up. He does it every time, and it pisses me off. Yeah, I'm surprised they don't put him on there more. Kawhi's lost a little bit of a step. He's strong, but Kawhi is stiff, and he's always been stiff. But he's always had balance. But it looks like that leg injury, that knee injury, he's lost a little bit of his lift. So AD's length really gives him some problems. Absolutely. Bro, I listen to Christmas songs in November sometimes. I see some of Eddie Jones and Max Christie. What's your comp for Max Christie? It's early to see, but I could see some Eddie Jones in there. I think that's a fair comp. Like Eddie Jones, any of those long, lanky, maybe some Doug Christie. Those guards that are going to be catch and shoot guards, can put the ball on the floor if needed. Got a good wingspan. But those are kind of like the similar ones that I would compare him to. A more recent time, I'm trying to think of one. But Eddie Jones is a real good comparison. I like that one. Yeah, PG looks amazing, but he always gets hurt. So yeah, him and Kawhi always get hurt, but it's amazing, right? With no contract extension, they're playing every game, huh? So when there's no money promised to them after this season from the Clippers, they're playing every game, huh? That's interesting. Braun scared me against my Clippers. I swear everything he was shooting, he was hitting. Yeah, he looked locked in, and he looked good physically. He looked good mentally, physically. He looked happy. He was out there. He had fun. He was smiling. Um, that's dangerous for other teams. Harden gives you another playmaker and more spacing to close games. I think he had anything to do with Westbrook. To me, it's more so you need to have a playmaker at all times and more security. Yeah, it means that they can stagger their lineups a little bit, but I think it's going to definitely take away minutes from Russ, and it's just going to be, I don't know. Like I said, to get a giveaway, Batum has been solid for them. Just a good vet who can hit threes, pretty good, like a really good defender when guys are attacking. Rocco, I know they didn't play last year because of some weirdo stuff, but he's a 3-and-D guy that can really play well. And man, Mook Morris has hit, Morris has hit some big shots for the Clippers in his time there. So it and their picks. So I don't know. I like I said, I don't know why they felt they had to get Harden. Is really my stance on it. D'Lo also plays well next to AD. He does absolutely. Thought Cam Reddish competed great versus the South Central Stripper. He did, man. He played great defense. And like I said, the Lakers may have found themselves a very, very, very good wing defender that they, potentially didn't know they had. He said, "One man." Russ almost got put on a poster by Bron. He absolutely did, man. He absolutely did. Matter of fact, tune into Court Kings soon. We're gonna have a little like I said, we pride ourselves on real-time designs. So go and take a look at that later on tonight. You're gonna see some stuff on there you'll probably like. So make sure to hit up shopcourtkings.com. A lot of fire merch up there. Face Your Fierce edition. We got a new Christian Wood shirt up there. We got a new D'Lo shirt up there. We got a new Braun one up there with the season 21, Savage going on up there. It's fire stuff, man. If you haven't been to the site, we've got about 4 new joints up there in the last night or so. So shopcourtkings.com. Go and check out that heat. Things are flying off the shelves, man. And some of these releases are going to be exclusive for only like 48 hours. That Braun season 21 Savage one is only here through tomorrow night. All right, we're only doing that joint for 48 hours. So head on over to shopcourtkings.com and take a look at that. Braun put him on a poster in the bubble. Yeah, he absolutely did. And he blocked the hell out of him several times in the bubble. Man, Halliburton makes everybody look good on the team. Love his game. He absolutely does. He's been playing great. And Turner has been such a different player offensively with him. What do you think about Braun Jordan debate? I stay out of that. It's too toxic. They're both great players. They're both in any conversation you want to have. Both incredible players, both generational type talents. We'll never see another like either one of them. I leave it at that. Everyone has their preferences, their favorites, right? So to me, like I said, my favorite player of all time is Kobe Bryant. That goes without saying. He's the best player I've ever seen live. He's the best player I've ever seen, period. Doesn't mean that, Jordan wasn't great and then Braun wasn't great and Magic wasn't great or all these others weren't great. That's just my preference, my opinion. Give me that dude 10 times out of 10 against anyone in the world. That's just my stance. But I respect everyone else's stance. That 3 big lineup would be great versus Denver. Absolutely. And I think we'll see it. Braun the GOAT, Kane. Here he goes. Cuba with his Braun thong on tonight. Here we go. Davis does a good job on Jokic. Heck, Jokic cooks Giannis too, but the media don't say nothing about it. Yeah, Joker cooks everybody. Guys like that, you can't really like greatness. You can't really stop. They stop themselves. They're either off or having a bad game. They're in foul trouble. They don't feel like doing it that night or whatever it is. But it's rare that they get stopped by someone else. Guys like that in today's NBA rules, it's very hard to stop guys like that. If the Clippers miss the playoffs, do you think PG and Kawhi pick up their options? I don't think they'll pick up their options no matter what. I think that wouldn't make sense to guys with injury concerns. They want to lock in that one more deal. So I think they opt out regardless. And also, and that could be another. Who said that today? I heard it on. I heard it. I want to say I heard it on the radio today, where someone said that might have been the driving force behind trading for Harden. Is that these guys may, go into that building, traded for Harden to apply more pressure to these guys to play every game, to not miss time and to perform, or they'll resign Harden for big money and let one of them go. I don't know if that's true or not, but that thought really didn't enter my mind until I heard that on the radio today. Yeah, AD gets a lot of hate. He does, but AD doesn't seem like a guy who cares. He doesn't get on social media. He doesn't listen to anything. He doesn't watch sports, and he doesn't do anything like that. AD hoops and then goes with his family. So which is probably a good thing because it's tough, for if you care about that stuff too much, it can really mess with your mental. I like AD's game. Like he impacts the game just by his defense. Yeah, he does. His length and his ability to play defense and then play offense is incredible. He's one of a kind, man. Yeah, yeah. I don't think that. I don't think they pick up the option because they want an extension. They want more money. Even if they opt out, they can still get more than that 1 year. So, like, I highly doubt the Clippers are going to, like maybe they don't give him a full 4 or 5 years, um, but maybe they give him like two guaranteed, something like that. So we'll see. But I think they do opt out though. I heard AD saying he wants his jersey retired by the Lakers with LeBron. I think LeBron gets his retired by the Lakers, but I don't know about AD. I think Genie will do both. AD is getting his jersey retired. That Kobe year alone, that 2020 winning in the bubble, coming here and AD, Bron coming here, AD coming here saved the Lakers. Bron coming here was huge. But AD agreeing and pushing his way here, it saved us. So AD is getting his jersey up there. He helped us win that title. He was a major part of the title. I think he will play for another one before he's done. AD is going in the rafters. Pelicans should retire AD's jersey, like for real. I doubt that's going to happen. The field over Denver. Yeah, Sunday, I agree with you. Then Denver is very good. They're very good, but I think they are. I don't think they're the same team as last year. I just don't. I appreciate AD for 2020, but I haven't been a fan of him since then, given how his injuries and inconsistencies, also how fans never hold him accountable. He still needs to prove himself to me. I think fans don't hold him accountable. Fans in the media are always on him. But I also do think that 2020, because he basically sold his soul in 2020 and gave everything he had, his body was basically playing that bubble tax for the next 2 years. I will say that like last year, playing in pretty much every game since he came back, playing in every playoff game, he was constantly getting hurt, but still playing. I think we may have turned that corner, but some of those injuries are just out of his hands. Like there's really nothing he could have done about it. Pelicans hate AD for what he was getting his butt kicked, and they wouldn't give him no help. So we teamed up with Bron and got a chip. I respect it. Yeah, but I mean, you never it's like if you're the bad person in relationship and you're treating someone bad and your heart of hearts, that person can do better than you and they leave for someone else that's better for them. Are you going to be happy for them? Most people wouldn't be. Like most people would just only see that they got dumped and left. So I get, I give the Pelican stance on it, but it's their fault. I agree with you. They didn't handle their business. And as a result of it, AD handled his. Halliburton, Ant, and Trey. I hope not Trey. Halliburton would be great, but he just signed a super duper max. So did Ant. Trey, yeah, I'm just not with Trey. I don't think so. Wemby coming. You know what? I'm starting to hear that, and that's way too early. But I was on Around the League last night, and shout out to Dan, the Laker fan, of his channel, and shout out to my brother Mees, and shout out to Nakomi, man. She absolutely bodied that, man. So if you go check out Call Me Nakomi on YouTube, Call Me Nakomi's World on YouTube. She was incredible on that show last night. I'm a fan. She's super dope. I can't wait to chop basketball up with her more on Around the League and here on Empire Jeff TV. She's definitely going to be invited on here. She's great. But we were talking about that, and I was saying that no one ever turns down that first bag. No one turns down that first guaranteed money because it's their first chance to make generational wealth, and then they typically bounce and dip, on that second deal. Wemby has potential, and I'm not saying he's going to, but Wemby is going to be making so much money off the court. He's going to be such a global star that he will be in position to turn down that first bag. And he may be the first guy that if he does want to leave or he's unhappy for any reason, I could see him. I'm not saying he's going to. He may be a Spur for his entire life. But if he, for any reason, wants a bigger market, he may be the first person ever to turn down that bag. And that would be crazy. Sammy the man, what's up with you, man? Appreciate you, brother. Yo. Costco ready. All retailers be ready for the holidays. Facts. They've been ready since the end of August, brother. Does Bron and Russ have beef? Yeah, there's beef there. Russ, I'm telling you, the real beef there is when McMenamin went on NBA Today and basically went out there and said that they got the vampire out of the locker room who was sucking all the blood out of the locker room. That quote is pretty much that everyone pretty much knows that's LeBron's guy in the media. So that was probably, had that not been done, then it was probably it probably wouldn't have been as bad. But that wasn't cool, man. So I get that. His family was bothered by that, and that's mostly the root of it there. What do you think about the tournament court designs? Like I said, I was out tonight, so I was looking at it on my phone, and it was really hard to focus on the game. They were so bright. Maybe it was just my phone, but I said it looked like a green screen or it looked like a video game. It looked like a Weather Channel screen when someone's pointing out the clouds and stuff on the screen. It was just weird. It may have just been because my phone, man, because Galaxy screens are ridiculous. They're dope as hell, but that thing was just really bright. You see the interview on Reeves when AD and Braun come up to him. Braun and Reeves' ears like Lance blowing LeBron ears. I love how much Braun and AD has Reeves back. Yeah, they're rooting for him, man, and as they should. He helped them out a lot last year. I need all the Braun ones, all the Braun ones, all the Braun ones. Get a bundle, Cuba. Get a bundle. Russ, in my opinion, doesn't F with Braun because he didn't do much to defend him when the media was kicking his ass. Then the comment, I would say he couldn't trade for Kyrie. That killed it. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Both of those. And yeah, I think Braun probably had made some promises to Russ that he didn't deliver on. And he didn't publicly back him as much. I agree with you 100%. I've said that too. Like I said, he went on, like, he did a full at home interview on ESPN about them not getting Kyrie. So yeah, I mean, if you're Westbrook, you definitely want to take that some type of way. I know I would have. I mean, I would have been professional about it, but I had this thing. I needed that Braun versus Kobe finals, man. Yeah, we all did, but we didn't get it, man. I got Kobe as a GOAT, but I wouldn't be mad if someone said Braun was a GOAT because he's had a case to be the GOAT. He's had a GOAT career. Jordan had a GOAT career. Kobe had a GOAT career. You know what I mean? Chamberlain had a GOAT career. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar had a GOAT career. Magic Johnson had a GOAT career. Larry Bird had a GOAT career. Like I said, I hate that it has to be like, I mean, Jordan was just ridiculous. Like I get it. I get it. But these guys, man, there are some incredible guys that have played this game that are just super good. Hey, Jamal, thanks for pulling up. Appreciate you, brother. Hope you're doing well. What do you think happened with the AD and Dwight fight on the sidelines? Could that be a reason Dwight out the league? Yeah. Well, I think we know why Dwight's out the league, but I think that situation, I'm gonna leave that alone. But I know that there was a little something that they were getting frustrated with him, and like I said, at the time, like I felt that I really wanted Dwight to leave the league on his own terms. I hate to see him go out like that. But he'll never play in the league again. Like the Warriors thought about it, they wanted to, but like I said, once they knew what came to life, like it was out there. Just a lot of people weren't looking for it yet, and then because like I said, it was public record, it was out there. And there's been some things back to his time in Houston where it was some weirdo stuff, but was never proven. So, but this one, yeah, he'll never play in the league again. AD and KG in their prime, who you taking? Oh man, KG was a beast. It's that remains to be seen. KG was a beast, incredible, one of a kind. But AD still got some time to see where his legacy ends up. Braun and AD saved the Lakers both. They're getting their jersey retired. Absolutely, I absolutely agree with that. Did the Phoenix Bums lose 2 back-to-back home games against the Spurs? That boy Wemby took no time to get acclimated to the NBA. Absolutely, too. That second game especially. You know what's impressed me most about Wemby that I've been saying? What impressed me most is his ability to just fit in. Like he's not out there acting like a diva with all this, hype and potential. Like, give me the ball, get out the way. Like he's letting the game come to him. He's playing within his system. He's not out there trying to outshine his teammates. He's playing with his teammates. And he's having a solid rookie season. And I think that's probably the most impressive part because he's not out there taking 30, 35 shots a game. And he probably would get away with that on most teams. He's playing to win. He's playing with his teammates. He's trusting his teammates and he's respecting his teammates. So I think that's the thing I'm most impressed with him. But those games like he had last night, those are going to be more often. AD has proven himself. He literally helped us back in the helped us in the bubble. Without AD, there's no championship. Facts, absolutely. Yo, Dante, what's up with you, brother? Thank you for pulling up. Yeah, appreciate you, bro. What's good? What's good? Hope you had a good Friday, bro. Hope you had a good Friday. Draymond tap held Golden State win. True. And Draymond's had a good couple of games. You know what I mean? He's Golden State got their chemistry back, man. Golden State got their focus back. Steph is having an absolute killer season. Again, MVP type season. Their defense is looking great. Offense looking great. I may have put them in the ground a little too early. Too early to tell. We gotta see how this plays out. But if Draymond keeps playing the way he's been playing, things gonna be interesting. They're gonna go up the ladder. I pretty much said Braun ended their run and they were no longer a contender. May have been wrong on that. A little early to tell, but I may have been wrong on that. Sorry, guys, gotta get this water. Damn, didn't know Braun was saying vampire. Yeah. So it was. That's what I'm saying. That wasn't. That was kind of whack. Yeah, they definitely got beef. Absolute beef. 80 doesn't really like Russ either. Well, I'll say this. He didn't like playing with Russ. I'll say that. He doesn't. Russ is not disliked as a person by a lot of people. A lot of people actually love Russ. It's just on the court he's tough to play with, and his competitiveness, which was made him a Hall of Fame basketball player, makes him really hard to be a teammate on the floor. A teammate off the floor, he's great. You won't hardly find anyone to have anything bad to say about him. But between you, me, and whoever sees this video, 80 was a little tight that Russ came there in the first place. I'll just say that. Unpopular opinion. Wasn't a fan of Braun record breaking night. It was forced. AD was mad because he wasn't getting the ball and they lost the game. Braun didn't look bothered by the loss at all. Yeah. And again, if you watch that game, if you rewatch that game, don't just look at AD. Look at the final couple possessions of that game. Just look at it. That's all I'm going to say. Just look at the final couple possessions of that game. AD couldn't went and tapped up Russ before the game, and he didn't want nothing to do with him because he did it with PG and Kawhi. Yeah, but Russ went to the complete other side of the court. Like he was nowhere near the other players. So Russ distanced himself. Dudes aren't going to walk to the baseline under the basket to go dab him up when he's clearly walking over there, to be distant. So Russ did that with the Lakers. He would stand outside of huddles. He would like Russ just does weirdo stuff. Bronner Westbrook was chilling at Nas' house. Yeah, that was a while ago, man. That was a while ago. Hey, Gio, thanks for pulling up. I appreciate you. Lakers play tomorrow night. Let's go. Yes, and tomorrow night, Dan, the Laker fan, and I will be calling the game live on the PSF app. We won't be doing many Saturday games this year, but the back end of this month for me is really packed, so I'm having to front load it for the games. I got to do 7 games a month on the PSF app, so I've had to kind of front load them this month. So we won't be doing too many Saturdays, so we will be doing tomorrow. It's an early game LA time, 4 p.m. So we'll be on at 3:45 p.m. West Coast time on the PSF Pro Sports Fans app. So get that app, pull up. Let me throw this on the screen here so you guys can see it right here. Give me 1 second. So it's the PSF. That's the logo of the app right there. PSF Pro Sports Fans. It's in the App Store. It's in Google Play. So get the PSF app. Go ahead and create a free account. And go to add yourself to the Lakers chat room and to the and go ahead and add yourself to the Empire Jeff TV chat room as well. I'm gonna be doing some live shows on there too, as part of the deal. So go ahead and there's different levels of membership on this thing as far as media casters are. Me and Dan have a we're like a primary one for the Laker channel. So go ahead and like I said, go to the PSF app. Go ahead and join the Laker chat and the Empire Jeff TV chat. And come follow us over there, man. We'll be doing the game live tomorrow night, 3:45 Pacific, 6:45 Eastern. And go ahead and pull up and check us out. Now, let me try to get back to where the hell I was in the comments. Hold on a second here. Give me 1 second. Okay, here we go. Kawhi, AD, and Braun literally were laughing with each other after the game. Them three are close friends. Like yeah, they're all like, I think people act like Braun and Kawhi hate each other. They really don't. They just compete. You know what I mean? But they absolutely have respect for each other. Absolutely. Robert Sacre had a GOAT career as well. Come on, Jackie. Robert Sacre. Whenever I hear his name, it's usually slander or a joke. So I get you. Hey, Juan, thanks for pulling up. Appreciate you. Dwight wanted to dunk on AD. Whoa. Pause. Super pause. Katie, what up with you? Thanks for pulling up, brother. Hope you're having a good day, man. Thank you. Yeah, AD really don't F with Russ, though. Yeah, no. I mean, I think the situation was just toxic, man. It was bad. Brian Scalabrine is the GOAT. Changed my mind. Brian Scalabrine, he's not. If he's a GOAT when it comes to wearing a wire and being a snitch, that's for sure. Yeah. If you don't know, now you know. It's Brian Scalabrine wore a wire to a coach's meeting on the Golden State Warriors to entrap Mark Jackson, who deserved it though, but still wearing a wire, my guy, that's crazy, bro. You all know the true GOAT is Caruso GOAT, aka Bald Eagle, man. Yeah, shout out to Caruso. We may get him back this year. Ethan Jones, AD never had any issues with Russ because Russ always fed AD the ball, even called him after he got traded. Yeah, they talked to each other, but like I said, I don't think that AD had beef with Russ. I just think AD, knew he wasn't going to be a fit there and really wasn't for the move to begin with. It wasn't anything personal. It just he didn't know. He knew it wasn't a fit. Hey, Chow Lee, thank you for pulling up. Appreciate you. Hey, Vincent, thanks for pulling up. Appreciate you as well. Golden State is absolutely on a roll. They're playing fabulous defense. Steph is on fire. They're playing great. Search, I don't know. I started a little late tonight. Search is a part of the country that's, I think, 2 hours later than me. So he's probably catching some rest. But if he was, available, he'd be here. Shout out to Search, though, man, the best moderator in the game. If we're being honest, nobody is safe on the Lakers besides Bron AD, in my opinion. Vando can't be traded because his contract extension. He can't be traded this year. I believe Christian Wood has a right to block his trade. A lot of guys with a 1+1 deal can technically have almost like a no trade clause. But before this year, they were able to waive that prior to signing. But some of them, but I know that Vando can't be traded this year. Wasn't that goaltending? Green touched the rim while the ball was still on the rim. Yeah, I thought it was. But from some reason, the refs reversed it and said it wasn't. GS got hot right now, but Steph going to be burned out doing all that damn work. Maybe, but Steph seems to be in incredible shape, man. Incredible shape. But I've never seen him burn out. He doesn't give a ton of energy on the defensive end of the ball, so we'll see. But he's having an absolute MVP caliber season. Word, was in the shower about to be 2 a.m. Yeah, I feel you out there, man. It's late out there. I see the in-season tournament was good. Well, yeah, I mean, it's design. Anything that's designed to make the regular season more credible, make guys playing it more, get more viewers. The NBA struggles to get viewers until Christmas. So got the NFL, you got people's attention elsewhere. So they're doing things to create more attention for the league. So I like that. And like I said, anything that makes the players take the regular season more seriously, that gives us fans more games that matter to watch, especially for, someone like me who covers these games, for YouTube and stuff like that and other places. It's great for us because these games matter more. So it's more content and it's more content for the community and everyone involved that just loves NBA basketball. So, I'm all the way here for that. Absolutely. Hey, JG, thanks for pulling up. I appreciate you. Thank you for the compliment. I appreciate you. Thank you. Do you see trouble if Russ comes off the bench? I don't know. Like I said, I don't know, man. I think Russ knows this might be his last chance. So I think he's going to do his best to behave over there. We'll see how that works out. But I think him coming off the bench is possible. I think it's a real possibility. I think he knows it. It was weird because AD didn't show LeBron love after he broke the record, and people really thought they had beef. There was a disconnect for a brief time last season, and it was more or less some of the guys on the team didn't agree with the way they were playing. Bron pretty much looked at the situation and says, "Look, I'm 38 years old. I've had some lower leg issues. I've got this ankle problem, this foot problem. Let me just put this to bed." Let me paint this a little clear. Bron knew that this team was pretty much going to be trash until the trade deadline. He knew that. He knew that the Lakers were going to wait until the price dropped to move Russ, until a deal materialized and something that would work for them. So he was smart enough to realize that we're pretty much going to be trash the first half of this year. Plus, I've had some injury problems. So you know what? Let me go get this now, because if I have a career-ending injury and I finish short of this record, that may have been real tough for him to face. So I think, one, knowing that the team just wasn't going to be good enough to win anyways. Two, that the Lakers were going to shake things up at the trade deadline, and they didn't have a lot of options to do anything prior. He was like, this is my time. I'm not going to be able to do this post All-Star break. So let me just get this out the way. And he did it right before the trade deadline. Literally right before the trade deadline. And, I'm not necessarily in disagreement of that strategy, because if there was going to be a time for him to go get it, that was it. Because they weren't going anywhere in the first half of the year. The team was terrible. The roster was terrible. The roster, he knew the roster would be better come trade deadline. And he knew their chances to win would be better come trade deadline. And so he went and got his prior to it. So that just makes the most sense, actually. I think AD actually liked playing with Russ, because despite the flaws, he fed AD the ball a lot. They had a nice pick and roll game. Notice how we had issues with feeding AD I don't know, man. There was that but there was also all the bad shots, the turnovers, the late game play. Like there was a lot. I think the bad outweighed the good when it came to it. Just lack of deep. There were just a lot of things. There were a lot of problems. It was just too toxic. You think AR will be removed the starting lineup? If so, you think it will hurt his game and confidence? Um, I will say this: if he has turned a corner, then they may let this go longer. I do not remain convinced that it is wise to have D'Lo and Reeves in the backcourt anymore to start the game. I'm not saying they can't play together at all, but the Lakers have one of the worst, if not the worst, point differential in the starting lineup in the league. And actually, I think it is the worst. So one of them going to have to go to the bench if that continues, and it's not going to be D'Lo because he's been playing great. And to be honest, I think Reeves can handle going to the bench more than D'Lo could. To be honest with you, if we're being honest with ourselves, I think Reeves can play anywhere. I think Reeves, when he's on, when he's playing right, when he's on, when he's, I think mentality wise, I think Reeves plays the same whether he's off the bench or in the starting lineup. He just played himself into the starting lineup. But if I had my choice between the two, it would be Reeves going to the bench, and I think he'd be able to handle it better than D'Lo would. Jeff, how do you feel when Kobe requested a trade back in the day? Oh man, you know, I was frustrated with the Lakers at the time too. It was a real struggle at the time, post Shaq leaving, um, missing the playoffs, going to the lottery for the first time since 90 early, like prior to like 90, what was it, 93, something like that, 94, something like that. And it was just a frustrating time. Shaq goes, we kind of, we lose. Phil comes back. We go up 3-1 on Phoenix in 2006. We blow that series, but okay, like we've got something happening here. Then we get the 7th seed again and just get destroyed. Kobe had like a 40-point game in one of those games in 2007, and it just nothing was happening. The roster was in flux, and I didn't blame him at the time. The Lakers just they mishandled that time, that portion of it. But I in hindsight now, him requesting that trade, put a lot of pressure on the Lakers. They went out, they got Pau Gasol, and they did some things. Reacquired Derek Fisher, and did some things that to make things right, and they won back-to-back champions in 2009 and 2010, and changed everything. So I hated it at the time because the thought of losing him, because we already knew what he was at that point. But thank God it didn't happen. But I remember it being just absolutely scary at that time. Cam Reddish wanted to posterize Zubac, and he almost did. That was almost a body. Oh my God. What you think about NWA? Oh man, come on, man. NWA was, man, the Godfathers, man. I was a little too young to really, like I heard it when I was really like ridiculously young. But I heard like the old heads playing it. Like I would hear it all the time. I like the beats. And they were eating them. First time you hear like Easy's voice, it was just so different and powerful, and they're all just the beats that Dre was doing, and Ice Cube's flow, and just the aggression, just the aggression and the anger and just the rebelliousness of them, and just the style, and just I was too young to be to a point where I could be like outside with it, right? Like I couldn't drive around to it. I wasn't able to buy the CD or anything like that, or the tape at that point, right? I was just too young, but it put me onto the new sound. And to me, it was when Death Row hit, that was it for me. Like that was just my man, my God. I just remember that was just the first when I heard Deep Cover with Dre and Snoop, like in the band, I was like, oh my God. The video, Snoop with the flat top, the passenger side with Dre driving shotgun in the car with the clips with from Deep Cover, like the Deep Cover one, like, oh my God, like that. When that hit, and then the Death Row, all the Death Row stuff, and then the Chronic. But when Doggy Style hit, like it was just all just like a path for me. So when Doggy Style was just crazy, and then all the way up to like pretty much like All Eyes on Me, and then Don Illuminati. Even the Dog Father doesn't get talked on as much. That was a dope number 2 album for Snoop. The Dog Food album, all those. Just the Death Row era was just, my God. Like I listen to that stuff still every day. Remember when AD signed off on the DeAndre Jordan move? Less minutes at the 5 for me. Yeah, that was a horrible move. Giddy touched the net before Dunkey touched the rim. Yeah, it was weird. Yeah, it just there's so many things. So you look to the letter of the law. Okay, what supersedes what? How what reality are we playing this in? And it's just messy. You also had a video of Austin Reeves and the Baddies video during the Clippers game and how he went off Austin Rizzi, the Korean pop stars. Yeah, Austin just seems like a guy who'd be with a Korean pop star, man. Imagine Caruso, Vando, Braun, Wood, and AD in the lineup for a defensive stop. Yo, Miss Angie B. It's more possible than you think. Trust me. Hey, did AR and Malik Monk play together in college? They didn't play together in college. They're from the same area. So Monk played a lot with his older brother. So he knew him from back in the day. But Austin was younger than him. And Malika Monk and him like were from the same area and played on they were like their AAU teams and stuff like that. So they've known each other for a long time. But Monk was closer to Austin's brother than he was to him. But they didn't play together in college. I was saying that do you think Steph gonna get burned out? I know in shape, but older. Just saying, yeah. But like guys like Steph, like I said, his regiment to stay in shape is just crazy. I worry about him getting like an injury versus burned out. Like he seems to get like these hand injuries, wrist injuries, ankle injuries, like those type of things. So I don't think he's going to burn out physically. I think it may be an injury, but I don't think he'll burn out. And he's just so well conditioned. And like I said, he's not a guy that plays with a lot of physicality and checks people up on defense heavily. So I don't know if he'll get burned out, but maybe injured, which I hope not. Giddy grabbed the net before Dre hit the rim, so it was a goaltend. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So that's pretty much how they. So again, when I saw this, I was on my phone, so like, and I didn't have so I was kind of okay. What's happening here? What's happening here? So I wasn't home watching the all the games tonight. I was watching it on my phone, but I was also out with the fam, and my puppy's a terrorist, so at a dog park with a beagle who loves the ladies, loves the attention, and they love him, and he's a handful. So because he's like a rock star out there. So trying to watch some of the game, watch the puppy, and it was difficult. But so I may need y'all to help me catch up with some. But I was watching it, but I couldn't be. I was watching it more in a casual status today than just super glued like I typically do on NBA game. Most of the time, I'm just glued to every single play in possession. This one, I was just kind of checking scores and checking and seeing some shots made. I honestly think Harden should come off the bench so PG, Kawhi, Russ keep their chemistry flowing. Yeah, I mean that might be true, but I just don't think Harden would do that. I think most beefs are hyperalized by the damn media. Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's the media's job. That's what they do. They take something, they hype it up, they spin it, they flip it, cook it, cut it, and flip it, and present it how they want it. Man, they break down the package, right? So media is going to be media. That's why the players just can't pay attention to it too much. But they worry about actually the people that the media influences. So the casual fans, the people that buy into the stuff, it makes it tough on these players. What's funny is the refs robbed us of a 500 record last year pre-deadline. Refs effed us, bro. We should have been 31-26 instead of 26-31. Yeah, we had a bunch of them. Boston one was the worst one, but we had a bunch of them. There were several games. There were so many games like a 2-week stretch. It was just brutal. That's why they just boiled over in Boston, because it was just like, bro, this is too much. You're right. It was like 5 games. But there also was we also got one that Memphis game where they stole the ball from Bane, Shooter, and got the layup, all that. He fouled the hell out of him, and they didn't call it. It goes both ways, but typically it works itself out. But last year it just wasn't. And the Warriors were getting hosed last year, man, just straight up hosed on calls. They had it worse than the Lakers did. T just comes in and says, "Link, no, what up? Not how you guys doing? No, it's not good win over the Clippers, Jeff. No, just link. Come on, T. At least have some manners when you come in the building, bro." Jeff, what do you think about the fix in the 2002 Western Conference Finals? I don't know what's true about that. You know what I'm saying? You have a ref that was caught gambling. You have a ref that was caught doing a bunch of stuff with the mob. You have a ref that really isn't a credible witness. And, when these guys start getting in trouble, they start bringing up things to get themselves out of trouble. And you don't know if they're snitching for the benefit of themselves or if it really did happen. So it's hard to know for sure, any type of conspiracy theory. But I will tell you, if you read, so I'm old enough to remember that series. I'm old enough to remember watching every single game of those series. And if you happen to watch, if you watch Game 5 of that series, you cannot tell me that the fix was in for the Lakers, because Baby had at least like 3 offensive fouls in that fourth quarter. that just wasn't even called, push it off, just shoving people off of him. And if the fix was in for the Lakers in that series, the Kings would not have got away with so many things in that series in their home games. That game 6 in LA, it I mean, if you look at that game, you could find games all over NBA history where the game before a 7-game series, a home team had an advantage. So, I mean, I mean, bro, I'm just dead serious. You'd be hard pressed to find a series where that didn't happen. And the home court advantage with the whistle isn't as bad now as it used to be, but it was brutal in the 90s and in that era. So that wasn't just a Laker thing. It just got blown out of proportion because of Tim Donaghy thing. But outside of that, like it's hard to believe a snitch, man. Shout out to Brian Scalabrine. Let's see. Well, fix. You talk about Lakers King series. I'm causing against yeah. What should the Clippers closing lineup be? I'd say it depends, but their safest is Harden, Man, Kawhi, PG, Zubac. Maybe you throw in PJ Tucker. Brody, you play heavy minutes, just don't close out games. Yeah, but like in that lineup, who's guarding Anthony Davis? If the Lakers go with the 3 big lineup, who they're gonna be unstoppable versus that lineup. The Clippers can score, but the Lakers will be able to neutralize it. So like at some point the Clippers big situation is jacked up. They're gonna have to figure that out. Yeah, the Lakers would fillet that lineup with their 3 bigs. Kobe's the GOAT. Mamba mentality is a mantra. Jordan or Braun, as great as they are, don't have that. No, I get what you're saying about that, but they're all GOATs, man. Kobe's my GOAT, no doubt about it, but I respect everyone else for having their own GOAT. Yo, Graphic God, what's up, my brother? My brother, Graphic God. And like he says, all eyes on Kings. Hit up shopcourtkings.com. Check out the latest merch on the site. We put out multiple shirts this week. I'm going to drop another one. We're going to drop another one tonight. So go ahead and check that out when I'm done with the show. We're definitely going to throw another one up there. So go ahead and check that out because it's going to be more fire for you. Trust me. How do you think death row era? How do you think the death row era died out? Well, the death row era died off because Pac got killed. Snoop left, Dre left. Dre left prior to it. That was the start of it. Dre leaving, Pac getting killed, Snoop leaving, pretty much everyone leaving, and Suge going to jail. So when Pac got killed, Suge went to jail for the parole violation, and it all just fell apart. But it was on borrowed time, man. That whole label was on borrowed time. Just the way they ran their business was on borrowed time. So we got some classic, great music that'll live forever out of it, and then rest in peace to Pac and all that. But that label was on borrowed time because of the way they conducted themselves. And like I said, absolute classics, incredible music, but borrowed time indeed. Chris wants a promo code, man. I mean, Chris, Cuba wants a promo code, man. Daz an underrated producer. Ambition as a writer was a sick beat. Daz did a lot more beats that people don't know about too. Daz had an incredible beat resume. There's a lot of guys over there at Death Row that made a lot of dope beats over there. But Daz's production skills are to this day. Daz can still produce. Daz is dope, man. A lot of those Dog Pound records. Daz is on a lot of things. If you do your research on Daz, Daz is that dude, man. Shout out to Daz, bro. Hey, Jeff, I don't know if you notice whenever AD falls, he always grabs his right knee. Yeah, and AD is always on the floor like a breakdancer, bro. I think he just likes hitting the floor for some reason, man. It's just crazy. In your opinion, how can role players contribute to winning if they can't shoot? Well, a role player, like I said, it's in the sentence, their role. So if a role player's job is to guard, if the role player's guard is to move the basketball, if a role player's position is just to get someone else the ball, like I said, play tough defense, get buckets in transition, rebounding, get assists, be a good free throw shooter. Like there are a lot of ways you can impact the game with a role. But as far as a high caliber role player, you have to be like a top defender, or you got to be able to be a threat to score the basketball to be a top level role player. But you gotta be really good at one side of that. You got to be like one of the best lockdown defenders, or you got to be able to knock down a shot in the clutch. You got to be able to, capable of scoring, hit your free throws, low turnovers, all these other things. You got to be a high level role player. But to be just like an average role player, you got to do one thing good, and just don't hurt the team. In-game tournament, so much going on. Yeah, it's really cool. Like I said, those courts were a little bit rough on the eyes, but outside of that, like I said, it sucks that tonight was the first one because I had so many things I was working on. But outside of that, we were, like I said, because I was out and about, but I had it on my phone. But it was hard to tune in and stay on top of everything. But I like what I saw. It was fun. Like I said, the court was just hard to see on my phone because my damn screen was just crazy bright, like crazy bright. Hey Dante, thank you for pulling up. Appreciate you. Do the Lakers have the assets to trade for Joel Embiid at the trade deadline? The only players that can't be traded this season are Vando and AD. We obviously know they're not trading LeBron. No, I don't think that the Lakers really have any interest in trading for Joel, to be honest. I think the Lakers are content with Joel. I mean, excuse me. I think the Lakers are content with AD. I'm not sure. I don't think Joel's available this trade deadline. I don't think so. I think I think the Sixers will you can argue. I mean, you can't even argue. Maxey is better than Harden right now. I mean, this dude's averaging like 30 a game. Maxey's better than Harden. Can they flip some of those guys they got for Harden and maybe something else for something else? Tobias Harris is having a great year. So maybe you move Harris and some of those guys for like a Zach LaVine, or maybe you move those guys for maybe you get a DeMar DeRozan. Maybe there's things out there that they can do to improve the team this year. Maybe they get like a Siakam. Who knows? Like they're OG Anunoby. Like there's things they could do. They're not done. So I don't think Joel moves anywhere this season. We got to be unbiased. You're not unbiased when it comes to Brown. Come on, Cuba. 2002, I used to be in East New York. East New York. Shout out to Uncle Murder. I was in the projects playing the Goons in NBA Live. I'm from Queens, bro. They challenged my Lakers. I played a cat 3 times in a row. Lakers versus Kings. 1-3. Man. You was out there in Queens, huh? Southside. Yeah. Queens, man. Queens is crazy, bro. Queens is probably the biggest melting pot in the country, bro. There's so much in Queens. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. Shout out to Queens, though, man. You think Diddy put the hit on him big? I just find it fishy how he ran the light with Biggie got stopped. Just saying, nah, he didn't put the hit on Big. He's definitely got his hands dirty in the Pac stuff, although not inadvertently, intentionally for Pac. The hit was technically on Suge. Then that stuff popped up at MGM, and then basically, Pac became the target because of what he did to Baby Lane. But outside of that, Puff had no hit on Big. That's crazy. But there was definitely like the beef with Suge. Pac ended up in the middle of that, absolutely. And then definitely Suge had to put the hit on Big for sure. Tupac looked like Kobe, bro. Kobe looked like Pac, bro. To be honest. But yeah, especially Kobe had the bald head, got here right around the same time. A lot of people were saying that, especially back in the day. I met Suge many times. That man is soft-spoken giant. He absolutely is. I have too. And he is, but absolute one of the city's most dangerous men ever that's been in California, Southern California, man. Just absolutely. Hey, my man Vincent, thank you, brother. Appreciate you for the super chat. Appreciate everyone who's been doing the super chats, man. Everyone has been hitting the Cash App, $ Empire Jeff. Like I said, it goes a long way to help the channel. And like I said, put the money back into the channel. And you're going to see some game coverage on the road at crypto. Like it's going to go back into the channel. So appreciate everyone who contributes to the channel via with the super chats. You guys are all greatly appreciated. Barely became eligible to start getting these just a couple of days ago. So it's great to see people participate early and out the gate. So I appreciate you there, Vincent. Thank you so much. What do you think will be a surprise team in the West and East? Can LeBron sustain playing heavy minutes? So I wouldn't call OKC a surprise anymore. So I'm going to push them out the way. I would say a surprise team in the East, maybe Detroit. I'm high on their future. I really like Cade. He's playing great. I think that they can be a little bit of a surprise this year. But a surprise in the West. Let me think about that because almost everyone in the West is good. So if I had to say who's going to be the surprise, it's not going to be popular. Well, to me, honestly, there's two, really. The surprise for me was Golden State because I had them falling off this year. So the surprise for me that their record, they're like 5-1, playing great, got a MVP candidate. They're playing outstanding. So the surprise for me is probably Golden State. But I think the surprise for a lot of people, because no one had the Clippers listed as a contender, if they find a way to make this work and become a contender, I think that would be a surprise. Thank you so much, Vincent, for the super chat. The Lakers are going to play early. Yeah, they're playing at 4 p.m. West Coast time. So me and Dan, the Laker fan, will be on the PSF app by 3:45 p.m. Pacific, 6:45 p.m. Eastern time. So yeah, it's gonna be an early game tomorrow. Let's see here. Yeah, he missed. He was trying, man. He was throwing those codes in there left and right, man. He was in there like with basically borderline Tourette syndrome on the keyboard, just hashtag, 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 hashtag. Keyboard was in there. Philly can't flip them together until after January 1st, right? Yeah, I don't think Philly can. I know the Clippers couldn't. Yeah, the aggregate couldn't, and Philly and Clippers can't aggregate any of those guys either. They just moved one of them though, but they can't aggregate them together. So yeah, and it doesn't matter because a lot of those guys that they'd be looking to move for probably wouldn't happen until January 15th anyway. But like the name that I think is the name that I think to maybe keep an eye on, Jeremy Grant, maybe like a Tobias Harris. Portland's going to look to get out of that deal. So if they can get some value back, maybe some assets or a young player or some draft picks, I can see a Tobias Harris and something for a Jeremy Grant. And then maybe they flip Tobias, reroute him somewhere else for a pick, maybe to a contender or something. But I could see Tobias Harris would be nice in Miami. He'd be nice over there. So I could see something like that happen, and that probably couldn't happen. That wouldn't be able to happen until January 15th anyway. So I think Philly's cool with those guys not being able to be aggregated until January 1st because I don't think they're looking to go really do anything with those guys until the 15th. Wait, you're saying Pac caught some strays? Yeah, I mean, he absolutely did. So for those, if you don't know, they're like real stories. So what really happened is Suge was putting money bounties on Bad Boy chains, and anyone in Bad Boy, anyone that came to LA, Suge was putting bounties on from Bad Boy. So as a result of that, Puff had to return the favor and put bounties on them, and basically like, look, this has to stop. They weren't out there actively trying to pursue it, but they had to kind of defend themselves, right? And Puffy's no angel, you know what I mean? So, but at the end of the day, like Suge was just such a force and such a problem that they were like, basically like, okay, well, he's not going to stop coming, so we gotta take care of this, right? And it basically come down to like, well, like, what if we get them both? And he goes, if it happens, it happens. But the money's on Suge. I'm not paying you to get Pac. Like, that's not what I'm after. Money's on Suge. Just so happen, like, if they're together, then so be it. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, the target was Suge. But what happened is in the MGM, when Pac went and stomped out Baby Lane, Orlando Anderson, then Pac became at the forefront of those guys. And they were looking for him. They rolled up to 662. They were looking for him everywhere. And they found him on the strip. And they was definitely the target in that shooting because of what happened in the brawl in the fight in the MGM. But the original money hit wasn't on Pac; it was on Suge. But Pac made the fatal mistake of trying to be a gangster when he wasn't one, and fortunately, it cost him his life. Vanilla Ice ain't think Suge was soft at all. Oh, absolutely not. Hung over the balcony upside down for the royalties to Ice Ice Baby. So absolutely facts. I mean, I know this history front to back. Trust. How often you think Darvin gonna play three bigs? I don't know. It's been a total of I think 9 possessions now, and I think that I think it's a secret weapon. I would like to see that get to 25, 30 possessions so we truly know the value of it, and I think we will. But we also have to be aware that now teams are aware of it, and it might not be able to creep up on someone, but it's still going to be effective, I believe. Spurs might be a surprise team with Victor. Yeah, absolutely. I overlooked that, but we'll see. We'll see. Young guys there, barring injury. My biggest concern with Vic is going to be his durability. So we'll see how he goes and how the Spurs manage his minutes throughout the season. And I like OKC. I just don't think they're a surprise anymore. I think they were surprised the last 2 years, not this year. How would you compare the East Coast rappers like Jay-Z, Big, Diddy, etc., to the West Coast like Snoop, Pac, etc.? Well, Pac really isn't. Pac is Pac is from the East Coast. His real rapping when he came out was in the Bay Area. I know people like to label him the LA rapper, but he wasn't in LA that long, before he died. He was a Bay Area rapper and then was in Baltimore, in New York and in Baltimore. And then he get to like Marin City in the Bay Area. And then he came to LA when he got out of jail, on bail, fresh out of jail, California, dreaming, right? And then hits LA, had a hell of a run. Double album that just broke all kinds of records, passed away. Then the Machiavelli, the non-Illuminati 7-Day Theory. And then so Pac will be a West Coast rapper, but he was more of an East Coast Bay Area rapper. He wasn't in LA that long. But Jay, to me, when you're just talking about body of work, influence, he's nice with it, the business acumen, He pulled a baddie, like everything you could possibly say. Like Jay got to be the GOAT, man. Jay got to be the GOAT. I'm not saying he's the best rapper of all time. I'm not saying he's the best lyricist of all time. But Jay got to be the GOAT just off body of work and accomplishments, and what he made it out of. From Marcy to Madison Square to the only thing that mattered is just a matter of years. Jay is my guy, man. So if I'm comparing like lyrically, I'm taking East Coast. Big is my God. Like B.I.G. man. Yeah, yeah. If it's Snoop, so if we did like I don't consider like Diddy is not a rapper, man. He's a producer, dancer that people write lyrics for, and he performs every once in a while. But like Jay and Big, like if you put like Jay and Big versus like Pac and Snoop, like they be classics, but lyrically, like Jay and Big got that. But as far as like West Coast, there are some absolute West Coast spitters, but most of the West Coast spitters aren't the dudes like people like normally think of, like the Crooked Eyes, like the Raz Kazes, like Corrupt. Even Corrupt is like from Philly. You know what I mean? So a lot of the dudes that claim like the lyricist guys out here in LA, a lot of them aren't even from here. But like Crooked Eye is just so ridiculous. And like the real ones know like about him, but a lot of the casual people like don't. But like when you get into, like I said, like the Crooked Eyes, Raz Kaz, like the dudes who like spit, those dudes like are a whole different level. But those guys didn't make it all the way to the commercial success. Like Crooked got out there with Slaughterhouse, and when Eminem put them on, all that stuff, his name got out there a little bit more. When he was early on Death Row, I feel like he didn't get the chance that he should have got. So it's like, but Crooked was just ridiculous. But when you talk about East Coast, man, when you talk about the Nazis, like you talk about the Jay-Z's, you're talking about the Bigs, you talk about like the dudes from the Mecca of the city that really do that stuff, man. Like when you talk about the Rakims, like when you just ridiculousness, like and then you got gems coming out the Midwest, the Eminem, Royce the 5'9", like dudes who really do that stuff. But West Coast, I love it. Don't get me wrong, it's my vibe. But when you talk about the actually lyrics, it's East Coast. San Antonio is progressing faster than scheduled for sure. Keldon Johnson and Devin Vassell are no slouch. Give them a couple years. Absolutely agree with you. I agree with you. But I don't know how much noise they're going to cause this year. What are your thoughts on Eminem? Oh, come on, man. He's a rap god. Like he is, oh, man. That verse on just the Renegade joint, man, was just so crazy. So quick story about that. Like, when like Nas would be like, Eminem murdered you on your own. You know what I mean? Like, so fun fact about the Renegade thing, which a lot of people don't know about this, is that song Renegade, that wasn't a song made by J&M. Okay. That wasn't a song made by J&M. Jay reached out to him for a song for his album on Blueprint, which is my favorite album, by the way. Blueprint 1 is my favorite album of all time. God, I love that album. But so like when they reached out to do that album, when he reached out for a verse for M had a song with Renegade, and it was Royce the 5'9" on the original verse, on the other verse with M. And then what happened was, he said, well, that came to fruition. Jay essentially got the track, right? And then did his own verse to it. But M's verse was already recorded. So it's not like Jay did his verse and then M got it. Because usually the rule is, if when you go in the future, back then, when you go on someone else's album, you kind of like, you go in their house with the respect. You don't go into the kill them like that, right? So what happened was Jay had an incredible verse on that song. But the problem is, by the time he already got that record, M's verse was just, oh my God. Like, oh my God. It was just, oh my God, like it was just ridiculous, right? So Jay added his verse to it on something that was already untouchable, and then put it out, and everyone acted like, oh, M killed you on your own ish, right? But that song was already done before Jay got it. And then Jay removed Royce's verse and added his own, and an incredible song. And I thank God that we got it. So but M is just M is the greatest lyrically of all time to me. Greatest lyrically. And the amount of records he saw, a lot of people could call him the GOAT, no doubt about it. I listen to M heavily. But to me, like Jay, see, I'm a hustler, man. So like listening to someone like Jay, like that just gets me going, man. You know what I mean? Like the intro to that Dynasty album was so ridiculous. So my favorite album of all time is Blueprint 1. But my favorite intro of all time by Jay isn't on Blueprint 1. It's on the Dynasty, La Rock La Familia one. And that oh my God, the theme song to The Sopranos plays the key to life inside my mental piano. Like, oh my God, and that intro, that's the best intro of all time to me. But M is incredible. Anyone who hates on him, they're just hating on him. That's just ridiculous. In your opinion, what do you think about mofos who say Eminem don't get no play in the hood as a way to discredit him? I think they say it best. When when someone told Eminem like they don't even play you in the club, and like you only play in the club because you still in it. You know what I mean? Like that's the only place where they can perform. Like so. I don't care about it. I know plenty of people from the hood that bumped Eminem. They are crazy. That's a false narrative. I lived in the hoods my whole life. Like I hear people. I know plenty of people from the hood when I don't even listen to Eminem that can quote him word for word. Like I know plenty of people in the hood that listen to Eminem. I don't know if you guys think that Detroit ain't a hood, that there's no hoods in Detroit, that there's no hoods in the 313, that there's no hoods off 8 Mile. Everyone listens to Eminem out there, and that's as hood as it gets. So I don't know what people are talking about. Damn, Memphis are 0-6. Yeah, I said early on they were my prediction to fall off heavy and potentially not even make the playoffs. And I think I'm going to double down on that bet. Let's go get Smart. I don't know if they're going to move Smart. I think Smart is in their plans for the future. I don't know if they're going to punt on him this season. Man, I love Jaws' game before his off-court antics. I did, and then he just even some on-court antics with the trash talk and all that stuff. I was rocking with him heavy. I don't anymore. In your opinion, what are your thoughts on Chuck's statements? Players should be allowed to fight fans center court with some of the stuff they say. Nah, man, you can't mess up the bag like that. Hove and Big, oh, for sure. The commission. Trust me, the hip hop, man. I love hip hop as much as I love basketball. And you guys hear me talk hoops, so trust me, hip hop is my bag. I don't know Nas over Jay lyrically. No, I get it. But I think Jay has more classic albums and more bigger records is my thing. But I agree with you over that. I love Nas. Don't get me wrong. I love Nas. But Jay's body of work, his classics, Jay got, I mean, let's count it. Like A Reasonable Doubt, The Blueprint, Black Album, American Gangster, which is super slept on. That's a classic. Jay got more classics than Nas. Jay got more overall hits than Nas. But lyrically, Nas is just ferocious, nasty Nas. Nasir Jones, come on, man. Jay-Z hit Nas, Baby Mama, and then Nas ends up working for what do you say? Me and the boy Nas got more in common. Get it? More in common? Yes. Like, and he goes, uh-oh. Man, that's super ugly, though. Man. Yeah, Skeet, let Cuddles in the baby seat. Woo! Oh, my God. Nasty. Jay got ethered by Nas. I think that's you know what I'm saying? I think a lot of people that listen to the whole beef. I don't think that's true. You know what I mean? So Nas's ether was great. It was incredible. But if you listen to so their approaches were different. I know we're all over the place in this stream. We're going from basketball to hip hop, but to me, they're all the same. I love both. But if you listen to that beef, so Nas, it was very personal, very angry. It was an attack. Where Jay was smart and had fun with it, put out singles to it, performed that Summer Jam to it. So when you hear Takeover, like the game's over, me, Jay Hover, like when he was like hitting him with that, like that was just, man, Takeover was so well crafted. And to be honest, the beat to Ether was low key kind of garbage. You know what I mean? The first, the bars, fire, but Takeover, super ugly. Like there were more the Jay had, when you listen to the whole range, I know people only heard like no one, when I talked to a lot of people about this, not everybody kind of knows every track back and forth in the beef. So same with the like that beat, like the Siegel, and okay, we're gonna go down the path. I gotta stop. But the Siegel and Jada one, oh my God, that was nuts. But I'm telling you though, like that beef was more even and equal than people think. If you're judging it just off ether, but you gotta listen to the whole catalog of that beef, and it was incredible. Jay did some great things in there. Oh, big pun. Come on, Mr. Trillable Syllable. You're right, Anthony, man. Pun was my God. Dead in the middle, literally, no, he didn't do. Like, come on, man. Come on, man. My God. Pun was incredible. AZ, incredible. And Big L. Shot, man. Shout out to Harlem's finest, man. Big L, bro. Big L gone before his time. He was absolutely incredible. Harlem World, man. Big shout out to Big L. He said Harlem World be holding it down. Like he was, man. I love Big L. That was sad as hell when he died, man. He just died before his time. Jay-Z I love is an artist, businessman, but he did Fox 30 and kind of groomed Beyonce. Great artist, but shady dude. Jay's kind of LeBron like, man. Jay, like, he'll send flowers. Hey, it's about him. It's about where he's trying to get to, and that's all it is. Yeah, he's stone cold businessman. Stone cold businessman. Facts. Cool G-Rap? Absolutely. G-Rap is nuts. Quick story. Oh man, I love you, Chris. Quick story. Luda or Ti, Jeff? Did you hear about the proverbial beef? Yeah, I remember the beef. I remember the song with the beef. What happened? Where they did a feature together, and they and Luda went in, and then Ti came. But no, it was dope. It was dope. They're both incredible. I think they're both super slept on. A lot of people don't get Southern rappers their due. When you talk about, but like when you talk about Southern rappers, you got Luda, Ti, Andre 3000, Big Boy, Scarface. My God. But they're that's a tie for me, man. That's a tie for me because Luda, I think is super underrated. But Ti is genius in his own way too. So to me, that's a tie. I love them both. But that beef was real and it happened on track and they made up, they put it together. But that was fire though. M is a wordsmith, absolute wordsmith, man. Absolute wordsmith. You think Kanye got a valid point to be mad at Kanye, man? I just don't know. Kanye is just it's hard to take a side on him. Then the next track, I Beans back to Beans Black too. Beans was nuts, bro. Beans was nuts. Everyone was bumping M. Yeah, that was crazy. Everyone listened to M, bro. Everyone listened to M. Everyone was in there seeing watching 8 Mile. Everyone. Jay's verse, Venus versus Mars is dope song, and I'm not a Jay fan. Venus versus Mars is too. But what is it? What is that? Hoes a Blackberry Gold. Shorty is a sidekick. He said, yeah, I remember that one. M and J are my top 5. I mean, for sure, lyrically. Absolutely, they should be. Jeff is 90. Nah, man, it's just the culture, man. It's just the culture, man. Like I said, when I was coming up, I hear from New York to that's why my lingo was all jacked up. I try to tell people. So being kind of like like East Coast as a kid, raised in a Brooklyn household, my grandparents, even when we came out west, and then my other side of the family is from the Midwest, just outside of Kansas City. Then living in LA and hip hop. So my dialect and everything that I picked up on, everything that I was listening to and I was cultured in, then Spanish neighborhoods. So it's like everything was just I was like literally just in melting pots. Like I was like literally all these different cultures that heavily influenced me more than like my quote unquote culture that I'm supposed to come from. I never knew. You know what I mean? Like I just wasn't really around it. When I go to school, no one ever looked like me. You know what I mean? So I either had to find a way to fit in, stand up for myself, don't get bullied around, don't get pushed around. And the culture talked to me, it reached me. So hip hop was a major, major influence on my life. Hip hop and basketball was and then just sports in general was just a major impact on my life, huge. Y'all should do and around the league except for hip hop. Yeah, man, I'm telling you, I'm nice with it. Trust. I actually saw my boy Easy Money and I did a show when I first started getting into this stuff, when we did a podcast. And shout out to my brother Easy, man. He's ferocious. If y'all haven't ever heard of Easy Money, do yourself a favor. Easy Money. Shout out to Easy Money. Shout out to my guy Terminology. Shout out to my man Deadeye. Shout out to Static Selector. Shout out to my guys, man. Those dudes were incredible inspiration to me too. When I was doing my thing on the business side, working in music, kind of worked with some artists that I didn't necessarily love. It wasn't kind of the essence of what I knew. And when I started rocking with those dudes and hearing those dudes, they inspired me all over again. So shout out to my guys, man. And Easy's like my brother, Deadeye's like my brother. And I had a show with Easy for a while called Politic Ditto. And we had shows with Buck Wild, we had Ransom, we had the battle rapper Cortez. We had Static Selector on there, but I was just getting started at this. In the beginning, I wasn't very good at it yet. I was just the guy who could help with the technology side of it. But yeah, Easy, shout out my brother, man. He's dope as hell. Nah, Jeff, you that guy. You know all the tracks, bro. Especially when I heard you say Uncle Murder. Oh yeah, Uncle Murder. Come on, man. Uncle Murder's crazy. East New York, man. That's my guy right there, man. Shout out to Uncle Murder. Biggie had the best flow ever. Oh man. That voice, that flow, just the way he sounded, the power, the influence, man. He was gone way too soon, man. Sorry guys, we back to basketball. Yeah. My bad. Jay emerged after Big died. He did, but a lot of people emerged after Pac died too. So it's just how it goes sometimes, man. Jeff, you ever ran into Dan, the Lakers fan, just in general? What do you mean? Run into him? Like me and Dan talk every day. We do, obviously we do shows all the time. But as far as you mean, run into him, like off screen, you talk about like outside? Is that what you mean? Big Pantera squad on the map, not Joe. Facts. But Joe's held it down since. So Joe's a legend in the game too. What's something you miss about the 2000 hip hop and hoop? I miss both of those eras, man. I miss a lot of it. Just the nostalgic part of it, the creativity of it, the art of it. I think 2000s get a bad rap. Everyone talks about the 90s, but crossing over into the 2000s was still pretty dope. I think up until about, it's gonna sound funny because it's not meant to punish him, but I would say like from the night, I would say from like 90. Let me think about it. Like 92, 91, 92 through like 2008, maybe 2007, maybe 2007. That range, that 15-year range was stacked. Right around the time Drake came out. It's not Drake's fault. I'm not blaming him. But right about after that, the music started to change and go into like a different angle. So I would say those guys. Um, I miss the production as much as I miss the lyrics. The hooks, the creative hooks, the choruses, the catches, the bridges, the remixes. R&B is essentially dead. Like there's a lot of things I miss from that era that's not out today. Luda is underrated lyrically because of his visual videos. Well, yeah, his visual videos are incredible, but Luda's just a visual guy. He's a genius. But lyrically, that dude's nasty. DS, thanks for pulling up. I appreciate you. How you feeling the in-season tournament flooring? Yeah, I was talking about that earlier. It was interesting. I was out and about, so I was watching it on my phone. It was just really hard to like kind of grasp it. It was just your eyes be like popping looking at it. But the floors are cool, I guess. I need to see it on the TV though, not my phone, because it was really hard to focus and see the game though, for sure. Any Napster, LimeWire, MySpace memories? Oh, of course, man. Of course. I was a bootleg king, bro. I was out here doing craziness. Craziness. Jeff doesn't just pass the vibe check. Jeff is the vibe. Hey, thank you too. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Effed up my PC. Yeah, I had a PC that I would only use for that stuff. We'll put nothing on it. I would just use it for that and then burn it to a CD, and that was it. Like I didn't keep that stuff on my regular computer. Jeff used to always hear the statics selector and terminology, and go, oh yeah, those are my guys, those are my brothers right there, man. They're dope as hell. Shout out to Show Off, man. Those are my dudes right there, man. Absolute, they're killers, man. Real good at what they do. Favorite Michael Jackson memories? A lot, man. Just childhood memories. Michael Jackson was like a god to me. Like to me, he's the greatest of all time. So watching just Michael Jackson, they were just too much, man. They're just too much. He was just incredible. The first superstar. Well, maybe Magic Johnson was probably the first superstar I ever saw. But Michael, no. Michael Jackson was the first superstar. To me, he was just bigger than life. There are just too many memories. Too many for MJ. He was just too incredible. Like outside, yeah, absolutely. And my bad if we took a little away from basketball tonight, but like I said, if someone brings up this stuff, I'm gonna talk about it because it's an extreme passion of mine as well. Got Timbo on damn near every track. Shit took me back, bro. It was beautiful. Oh, Brent, yeah. Timbo's production is incredible too. I didn't like really Timbo as a rap, like with him and like Timbaland and Magoo stuff. I didn't rock with too heavy. He was cool. Timbo's as a production was incredible. He did a lot of great tracks for Jay. It was dope. But for me, like Tim's beats were dope, but I would take like, to me, it would be like Dre. I like Kanye, Just Blaze, Alchemist. There's a lot of dudes I probably would even like, even like when the Neptunes and Timbo, like I put them a little bit more like back than that, but like No ID. When you get on these dudes that are just like just you know who's super slept on, who does people don't. We mentioned Daz earlier, but I don't think Havoc gets a Quiet Storm is one of the greatest beats ever created ever. Havoc is ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. Hey Dante, thank you, man. I appreciate you for the super chat here, my brother. So you can cop a mixtape like 2002. Yeah, bro, I was a mixtape king back then, bro. I was crazy with it. Well, let's just say like I would supply a lot of like I would get a lot of stuff from my East Coast people and put a lot of like local LA radio people up on stuff before it was available out here. I was that guy out here for that. Smith and Wesson, Bucktown. Oh, absolutely, Smith and Wesson. Come on, man. Like, man, good guy. I like, the one they dropped about a couple years ago was dope as hell to me, man. It was super dope. But Primo's the guy. I can't believe I left him out. Gangstar. Like, oh my God. Primo's beats are filthy. Favorite Eminem album? Marshall Mathers LP. I love the Slim Shady LP, but the Marshall Mathers LP is an absolute classic. Stupid classic. Yeah, Primo. Absolute Primo. I popped in my head like a couple seconds after I was going down the list. Primo is that dude. Quiet Storm is my all-time favorite song. Oh my God. Oh my God. That is just fire. Mobb Deep, the best duo. That's a tough one because like when you consider duos, okay, so Mobb Deep, yeah, they're incredible. Mobb Deep, Outkast, like Drain Snoop, low key was a duo. Like they were low key a duo. But I can't argue against it. But you could argue for Outkast. Like there are people you could actually argue for. But those dudes, oh my god, yeah, Mobb Deep is incredible. Smith the Wesson Buck, yeah. Oh wait, am I going backwards here? What is happening here? I am going backwards. My bad. My bad. My bad. My bad. My bad. Let's see. Sorry, I kind of started the hip hop question. No, it's all good. I could do it. I just don't like I said, if hey, look, you throw something in the chat, hip hop or basketball, I'm gonna answer it. Oh, Alchemist, man. Step Brothers. Oh my God, like it's incredible. When you get into like who the other dudes? Um, damn it, who the was that Beat Junkie? No, who's the other dudes? My mind is going blank here. But there is just there's so many dope producers and dudes that didn't get their due, and dudes that have just put out like so much fire. But that early, like when that the Rockefeller was coming up, when Ye and Just Blaze were coming up, they did some of the best production I had ever seen. I'm a sample guy. I love the sample stuff, and when they were doing that, I was just mind blown to some of these beats. When I heard the original, and if you guys know this, shout out to y'all, man, if you know this song. When I heard the original Home by Kanye, like not the one that made the album, with the dude from not the dude from Maroon 5 or Coldplay, I can't remember, but the original Home by Kanye. Just look that up on YouTube or whatever. But my God, man. You had John Legend before he came out on those background vocals. And man, the stuff that Kanye would do before, like back in the day, those beats were filthy. Fave Jay-Z album, fave Big album. My favorite Jay-Z album is Blueprint. Blueprint 1. My favorite Big album, well, there's two, right? I love them both. It was almost not fair. Ready to Die, when he first came out, I love that, but I love Life After Death. I can't pick. He had too little body of work, so it's hard to pick between two albums for me. I love them both. YouTube, fast rap, Eminem wannabe rappers are most cringe. Lyrical miracle, spiritual spirit. Absolutely. Jeff might as well have a hip hop channel. Alchemist, First Symphony. Oh, Alchemist fire. Alchemist absolutely fire. Mobb Deep, where your heart at? Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, Dearly Departed. Yeah, absolutely. You like Tribe Called Quest? Jeff Q-Tip is slept on forever. I do. It was a little bit. It was a. How do I put this? I liked it a little bit more. No, I can't say that. I'm gonna get called out for that. I like the music a little bit more rough. You know what I mean? I like a little bit more street, a little bit more hustle, a little bit like that. But there was genius in what he did, like the Dillas and all that stuff like that. It was dope. I can listen to it. It was fire. But me, I like a little bit more grimy, a little bit more gritty. You know what I mean? But doesn't take away from the musicianship. So Tribe, absolutely. Q-Tip, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Beat Nuts, no escaping. This is a classic. Perfect N-Way vibes, bro. I think of Overcast Day chilling in the bodega. Yeah, Beat Nuts was when I was trying to get to it. I was like, which one am I thinking of? It was them. Hip hop is dead. I hate trap. Yeah, I hate trap too. No Bodega is some Middle Eastern joint now. The Aki way. Head tech, absolutely. Super absolutely. But yeah, like I said, we just went down a path of hip hop, which I'm perfectly comfortable in speaking on. But yeah, I'm excited. Laker game tomorrow. We had 2 days off, and we got a long road trip. Well, no, good little chunk of a road trip coming up. I think we'll know a lot more about this team after they go through that, and I'm super excited about it, man. Like, like 2 in a row. Hopefully they turn a quarter. Hopefully Austin Reeves has woken up. And like I said, if you're new to the channel and you like yourself to talk about some hip hop and some basketball, some food, whatever, talk about whatever you want. You know what I mean? But if you're new to the channel, you haven't done so already, please hit us with a subscribe. Definitely would appreciate that. Anthony, meet me in the bring it. Yeah, bring your tips. Jeff, do you bump Musiq Soulchild? Oh my God, don't even get me started on Musiq Soulchild, bro. Oh my God. See, I'm a major R&B head too. So like hip hop and R&B go hand in hand to me. But music, oh my God, Musiq Soulchild is my God. Just Friends. Oh man. There's so many. Like the one I like listen with my wife, like we listen all the time, is Don't Change. That song is just so powerful, so incredible. But Musiq Soulchild, yeah, I challenge you to find one bag bad song from him. But that whole little era of those little patch of guys, when you got like Music Soul Child, Darnell Jones, Avant, like all those dudes in that little wave, like post like like 90s R&B, and then when then like Maxwell's women's work, Maxwell's work was ridiculous. Darnell Jones, like I said, like that whole like little wave of guys in that kind of little gap between like the old 90s guys and like the Chris Brown era, like those little guys, right? Those like that little like pocket of time. Those dudes are incredible, man. Absolutely incredible. But Music Soul Child, that's my dude. I listen to him constantly. Every single one of his albums I listen to. I love Music Soul Child. CNN War Report, who did the production? CNN War Report, that a lot of he had so Nori had, let's see, um who that's a man, that's a great question. That's slipping my mind right now. Um Nori, dude, you got me stumped here, and I'm surprised. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. I'm not gonna lie. Let me look this up real quick. Because I have a feeling like it's in my head, but I can't find it for some reason. Uh Chris Capone was it? Give me 1 second here. Because I'm upset that I like. Okay, so yeah, so definitely Havoc was on there, which I did know that. And then you had Naughty, that's what it was. It was Naughty Shorts. The name couldn't come to my head. Naughty Shorts was on that. So it's kind of bounced around. Charlemagne was on there. Uh Tragedy, let's see here. Tragedy Gaddafi, and DJ Clark Kent. But the one that I was thinking, I knew Havoc was on. I know he did one, but I know he didn't do a lot. But Charlemagne and Naughty Shorts was the name that it was like escaping my mind because it just for some reason didn't stick in my head. But that one was dope too. I loved all the like the Blood Money ones with the guitar hitting all that stuff. That shit was hard. He bumped some Luther. Nah, hey man, Luther a go too though, but big Luther, not the little Luther. like, but no, Music Soul Child, that's my joint right there. 2000 R&B is goated. 90s is insane, bro. 90s is insane. Gangstar, Jadakiss, right where you stand. Oh yeah, right where you stand. Absolutely. Man, make a music channel, man. Oh man. Well, man. Yeah, Maxwell had his issues, man. Joe was incredible. He was in that little pocket of like those guys too. But he was a little before. So like Joe was dope, man. Joe was super dope. I feel like a lot of people just heard his singles and then listened to like his like deep cuts or like his album tracks. I don't think a lot of people bought Joe's album. They just heard like, heard him on Don't Want to Be a Player and like some of his singles, but they didn't hear like, kind of like Brian McKnight, like those dudes. Like a lot of dudes didn't know like their album cuts. They just knew like their radio joints. Whereas like I feel like Music Soul Child and like some of those dudes, like dudes knew like their records. You know what I mean? Like they knew their albums. What about Joe? Okay, just got that one. Avant Separated is my God. And you know what was notable too? Separated was incredible, absolutely incredible. But he did that song when he was talking about driving up to like like a chick that he had lost, and then he went to try to pull up on the house to go find her. Getaway was dope too. Neo too. When Neo's first album dropped, oh man, that was fire, bro. The single, first one was so sick, and then When You Mad, and then he just had so many dope songs on that record. Neo's first album was fire and a half on Rockefeller. Shout out to Neo, man. Now my head hurt. Return of the Man. Yeah. Nori Blood, man. Blood Money fire. Blood Money 1, 2, and 3 fire. Big Queen's Energy. Yep. The Locks are Dipset. Oh, the Locks, absolutely Locks. So I love the Locks, but the Heatmakers, the beats that they have for Dipset, like Dipset Anthem. Oh my God. The Do You Mean It? Hey Ma. There's so many fire beats. Like especially on the Diplomatic Immunity, like when they had like, oh my God, Purple Haze, not the song, not the album, but the song, the sample on that one. And the sample that like that Killer Cam joint, Harlem Streets, when they sampled the Hill Street Blues beat. Oh my God, man. Damn it. I'm gonna be listening to music all night now. My wife gonna hate me. Rough Riders definitely had that run too. They did absolutely had that runs too. Absolutely had that run too. Brian McKnight, Anytime album, every song is amazing. Absolutely. But the problem is a lot of people didn't know the album. They just knew the hits. No one says Jaheim. You see what happens when you put a woman. Oh man. What do you have for a Ghetto Fabulous member? Hey, let's be fabulous. Drew Hill, yeah, Drew Hill was dope as hell. Super dope. Not bad for a Walmart Jodeci. Not bad at all. Neo had hella hits. Neo's first album, though, bro. Neo's first album was fire and a half. Way gold. First album. He never topped that first album. He had great songs after that, but that first album was just that one was legitimately one where dudes like that. That was an R&B album that dudes like that. That's for the dudes right there. Like dudes could knock that stuff, man. Like they were like, okay, it's fire. Like yeah, I loved his first album. That album was incredible, especially at the time. I was going through some at the time. I was like, man, that album like spoke to me. Absolutely. Album was fire. Too many dope ones, man. Too many dope ones. The Chronic Dog. Oh, okay, hold on. Here we go. The Chronic, Doggy Style, Dog Food, All Eyes on Me, Murder Was a Case, Machiavelli, G Funk Classics 1 through 2. You asked me to pick one, or you say because oh my god, because that is low key Warren G's first album was hard as hell too. Even though it wasn't on Death Row, and Suge went ballistic over that. But man, Murder Was a Case, Machiavelli. My God, the Chronic was so influential. So influential, was so classic. But Doggy Style was nuts, super nuts. He did. He absolutely did. I am though. I'm talking about good in the hood. Like I'm pretty like I'm like not even halfway close to kidding, man. Like I got a lot of respect in a lot of areas, man. Just because, like I said, I'm a respectful guy. I follow the rules. You know what I mean? And I'm on my business. Keep my mouth shut. Talk about music and hip hop, and you know what I mean. But that's my passions, bro. My absolute passions, man. That's my favorite thing to talk about. Yeah, I miss it too. But you know, I mean, the thing they did though was timeless, and it's still here for all of us to listen to. So that's the dope part about it. I'm about. Yeah, I gotta watch. I'm not caught up. I gotta watch that too. Actually, I think I'm an episode or two behind. I gotta catch up to that. Definitely gotta catch up to that. Art LeBeau, baby. Oh my God, Art LeBeau. Me and my wife still listen to that because they play his replays all the time out here. Shout out to you, Purple Glow. Thanks for pulling up. We listen to Art LeBeau all the time. The oldies, the lowrider oldies are straight fire. You know what's funny is like it's gonna sound kind of funny, but like my wife is convinced that that's my dog, my puppy's favorite type of music to hear when we're driving around with him. He loves it. He just chills and relaxes. Anything else, we can't get that dude to chill. We play that music, he relaxes, he chills. He loves the lowrider oldies too. I think he just likes the ladies, man. Riddle me this, Jeff. No Limit was never really good. Why they so rich? I'm gonna tell you to use your imagination on that. But I'm gonna just think about a laundry. Just think about a laundromat. That's all I'm gonna say. Because I agree with you. But man, yeah, I could do this all day, man. I could talk about music forever. I gotta go listen to some. I gotta go throw something on shuffle right now and just get my mind on like just that era of music that I love so much because it's so incredible, man. It's so incredible. But yeah, we're almost 2 hours in here, so I'm gonna go ahead and shut it down for the night. You guys will be able to find me tomorrow on the PSF. I don't know why I have so much problems saying that abbreviation. The PSF app, the Pro Sports Fans app. Tomorrow night at 3:45 Pacific, 6:45 p.m. Eastern for pregame with Dan and I on the app for the Lakers versus Orlando Magic game. Then we'll be calling the game, which I'm kind of happy it's an earlier game. And like I said, we won't be doing too many. We will not be doing too many Saturday games, if any, after this. So it's kind of a one-time shot. But we will be. Guy was incredible. Absolutely incredible. But we will not be doing too many Saturdays. So go ahead and catch us while you can on the Saturday tomorrow. I don't know if I'll be on YouTube tomorrow, but I'll be back Sunday for sure. And Two Trans, salute to you. Thank you, man. I appreciate it, man. And like I said, this is I can do this all day. So I might maybe do a little bit more about this where we talk about, or we'll do like a hip hop roundtable. We talk more about music and stuff like that because that's an extreme passion of mine too. I don't know if everyone in this chat's gonna rock with that. You know what I mean? It's a pretty heavy basketball community, but yeah, it's a passion of mine, so it'll definitely get worked into here. But yeah, thank you for everyone who pulling up. Thank you for spending your Friday evening with me. It was great talking basketball and hip hop with y'all. And hope you guys have a great Saturday, safe Saturday. Enjoy your college football. And like I said, catch us on the PSF app tomorrow. If you're new to the channel, go please hit a like, hit the subscribe, and join the team over here. Tonight, I'm gonna go knock that Blueprint One, man. I'm telling you, that's my favorite album. That's my favorite one right there. I'm gonna go. The Blueprint One's immediately coming up as I get ready to wind down and then shut it down for the night into tomorrow. But thank y'all for pulling up again. You can be anywhere in the world, but you're hearing me. I appreciate that. And like I said, on Twitter /X at EmpireJeff _ add it on Instagram at EmpireJeff. And YouTube here at Empire Jeff TV. And yeah, hit that like button on the way out, the sub button on the way out if you can. Oh no. Thank you, Purple and Gold. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. And thank you everyone for the super chats. Thank you everybody for the likes. Thank you for the subscribes. And like I said, we got memberships active now if you want to join up with that and contribute to the channel. And a lot of stuff's gonna be put into this channel soon. So I appreciate y'all. I'll catch y'all tomorrow. Go Lakers. Y'all be safe.